Hey guys, it's Brody, and I'm back with my first long commentary since November. A lot of stuff has happened in the cubing community recently, so there's plenty of stuff that I want to talk about. What you're watching is 102 consecutive sub 15 solves that I got on camera, which ended with a sub 10 average of 5. I probably could have gone further, but I was getting tired, so I stopped filming and stopped solving. If you have an average that is close to mine on 3x3, try doing this and tell me how many consecutive sub-15s you can get. The first big topic I want to talk about is what has been happening with the frequency of my uploads over the past few months. I've started to only upload every other weekend, or every third weekend, or even longer, and some series, like Quick Tips, haven't come out in months. I can explain this for the most part. It started out when I made a video on how to cube in class with my friend Mason. There will be a link on screen to that video now. That video got a ridiculous number of views compared to most of my other videos, and now it's my most popular video. Ever since then, I've been realizing that there is no obvious connection between how much work I put into a video and how many views it gets. I put hours of work into scripting and editing my cube relay video, and it didn't get many views. But just before that, I spent 10 minutes uploading a video where my camera fell while I was filming cube solves, and it ended up getting 30 more views than the cube relay video. Since my goal with each video is to get as many of you guys to watch it as possible, this is very troubling. I try to make videos that you guys want while still being creative and not doing things that other people have done before. But that's difficult sometimes, so leave comments telling me what you want to see, and I'll try to follow through and give you guys what you want. Another reason that I haven't been uploading as much is that I've been very busy on weekends over the past month. This has ended pretty much because school got out about a week ago for me. I really think that I can upload more often now, but I'm not going to make any guarantees. That's enough about excuses for not uploading, because that's really my fault. So let's get into some interesting stuff. I've been working really hard recently to improve my look ahead and to get faster at 3x3. I really want to be sub 10, especially since I have a competition that I'm going to soon. I want to talk about the journey through improvement at a higher skill level, because it's something that's not talked about very much, and it's kind of interesting. I've been analyzing my solves in the same way that I explained in a video that I made a few months ago, linked to that on screen right now as well. And I've noticed one big flaw in my solves, and it shows that even people with a lot of skill can make simple mistakes in their solves. I don't use nearly enough inspection time. You can't tell because I edit out the scrambling in order to make these more interesting, but I rarely use more than 5 seconds of inspection time. This is really bad because even if I plan out the cross easily in less than 5 seconds, I'm missing out on 10 extra seconds that I can use to plan out a first pair. For those of you that are less advanced at 3x3, finding your first F2L pair during inspection is really helpful. I don't know if this only happens to me or if it happens to other people, but I have decent look ahead, but I still struggle with looking ahead from my first pair to my second pair, just because there are so many places that the pieces can be. I find look ahead to be much easier when I get a little boost at the beginning, and that boost is provided by knowing where my first pair is going to be when I'm done with the cross. It's hard to describe the feeling of almost being sub 10 to others who haven't gone through the same thing, just because sub 10 is the first barrier where your rate of improvement is so slow and the difference between a good solve and a bad one is so tiny. It's especially tough for me because this is the first time that I really had any difficulty at all with a barrier. Sub 20 was easy for me, and so was sub 15, but now I can't just learn algs and get better GPS. I really need to improve the skills that I already have in order to get to sub 10. On a completely different topic, There are some new speed cubes that have come out recently that I haven't talked about on my channel yet, so I figured that I would take this opportunity to address each of them and talk about what I think. First, let's talk about the U-Shell. I don't currently own a U-Shell, but I've tried some at competitions and stuff, and I've watched reviews of it. I love the performance and sound of it, but the feel just isn't for me. I wouldn't use it as my main if I had it, but a lot of other people do and should. The Weilong GTS, however, is a completely different story. I love the Weilong GTS, and I recommend it to everyone. I think that it's the best cube that you can get right now. If you haven't gotten one, order one right now. You won't regret it. It was my new main right out of the box, and I've barely used either of my Tanglongs or my Thunderclap since I got it. I also got a Moyu Weipo, but I haven't used it as much as some of the other 2x2s, especially my main Diane. It's definitely Moyu's best 2x2, but it still doesn't really compare to the Diane. I don't think anything will for quite a while still. I've also been messing around with the Chi Cavs 2x2 occasionally, and it's surprisingly good for a $6 2x2. I don't know if it's better than a Guampo or any other budget 2x2s out there, but it's definitely decent. The Bochuang 5x5 also came out relatively recently. I actually haven't tried it yet, and from what I've heard, it's better than the Yushin, but not by much. And I'm not in any hurry to go and get one just because my Yushin is great. But if you want a new 5x5, you can get a Bochuang or a Yushin. It's not going to have a huge effect on your times. In other news, I'm signed up for Indiana 2016, which is in Fort Wayne, Indiana, on June 25th and 26th. I will only be there on the 26th, which is Sunday, because all of the events I'm competing in are on Sunday. I will compete in 2x2, 3x3, 4x4, 5x5, 6x6, Pyraminx, Scube, 3x3 OH, and 3x3 blindfolded. If you're going, tell me through comments, private messaging, or however you can. Indiana 2015, which was about a year ago, was my first big competition, and I met so many people there. Some of my first subscribers and fans were people that I met there. If you go way back on my channel, you can find some videos of me practicing for Indiana 2015, and you can find some of my averages from there. My old videos, like the ones from Indiana 2015, aren't very good by my current standards, so don't have any high expectations if you go looking for that content. In fact, if you go looking at some of my older stuff, you shouldn't have any high expectations of videos that I made before August 2015. I'll make a mains and goals video for Indiana within the next few weeks, and that's the last thing you need to know about that. So thanks for watching my long commentary. Tell me what you thought of it in the comments, and tell me what I can do to make it better. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and share this video with your friends. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Yes! Yes!